Sometimes it's hard to maintain the will to carry on living, but you have to, really, I guess. A news item over the last couple of days, the British government has negotiated a deal with the French and the Chinese governments to build a new nuclear power station in England. Now, I welcome the building of a new nuclear power station. I'm very sorry they shut down some of the efficient and reasonably clean coal-fired stations. The green lunatics who believe that we can run the country on windmills when they're producing about 0.5% of our energy at the moment. I mean, it's not going to happen. But without going into all of those issues, the point is about this particular deal that Cameron is entering into. He has learned nothing from the Gordon Brown private finance initiative fiasco. Now, Gordon Brown, of loathed memory, got into power partly by telling a pack of whoppers about Labour's economic plans. He said he would keep public borrowing within a certain limit. In order to do this, he used a huge amount of off-balance sheet borrowing, took our national debt to the highest it's ever been, massively increased state spending, but through creative accountancy made the government borrowing look smaller than it was through the private finance initiative. A load of hospitals were built in this way. Some of them can hardly stay open. Some of them can hardly afford to treat any patients. There's one not far from here in Portsmouth that's in that kind of situation, because the deals that were done with the private companies that were going to build these assets for the state, own and manage them, they were offered a guaranteed payment long into the future, whether they delivered or not. The private finance initiative has been an absolutely unmitigated disaster for the taxpayer. And now David Cameron, the heir to Blair, is entering into, with the sovereign government of other countries, which are not run as stupidly as we are, they are going to build nuclear power station in Britain, and they've got a guaranteed deal to sell us we will buy the electricity at double the market rate for 35 years. I thought, oh dear, no, it's not a bad dream. It's not a bad dream. My country really is governed by imbeciles, and they're getting away with it. But again, the private finance initiative under Blair and Brown's management has saddled our children and grandchildren with massive debts, and now, because they didn't take the bull by the horns and build the new generating capacity that we needed to over the last 10 years or so, they're now resorting to, presumably the nuclear engineers have all left this country and gone in disgust and gone to other countries who will employ them. And now we're going to be relying on France and China to be building electricity generating power and selling us the power at double the market rate on a guaranteed deal. Oh dear. Yeah, I can't help it. There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. It's a disaster. We'll be bequeathing massive debts to our children. It's unspeakably